Oh, what the fuck?
Let's fucking go with another episode of the Hunting Club. I'm here once again with Boxman and Average Gaming. We are going to be telling a
Damn.
bunch of oh yes, and Aslan, I forgot that she doesn't play games with us. She she
Because I
is
don't
here.
have a gaming PC and I'm at work.
That too, yes, she's here. I completely forgot. My bad. But we are basically going to talk about funny stories. Funny stories from jobs, past, any type of stories.
I guess one
Like,
of the funny stories I have is like how I met two of my friends. Um, the first one, I hated her because I guess, I thought she was lying about putting sunflower seeds on the bus floor, and then I like confronted her about it, and she said no, and then I thought she wanted to fight me, and then the principal made us sit in his office together, and I just sat there contemplating my whole life, and we wound up becoming best friends, and she lived with me for like 3 months.
Well then,
and
And
you
then
said you didn't have any funny stories. Look at that.
and then when I worked at Marco's across from Little Caesars,
Yeah, we
I
worked across from each other and never even knew it.
yeah, for like a whole year.
At two rival pizza chains.
Yep.
Well, anyway, um I started late November, early December, and one of the best friends I ever made there, she was on a 6 month like suspension.
Oh,
So she came back at like around Christmas time that December. And like my boss had talked so much shit about her, and then I met her and she's like one of my favorite people ever, and I thought I was going to hate her, but like literally the boss only hated her because she knew how to do her job the lazy way.
oh, damn.
And then he realized that I picked up on how she does it and I did it correctly, and he couldn't complain.
yeah, stick it to the man.
Right.
And then another one of my really good friends at Marco's, he became a manager like right after he turned 18 and
Nice.
hated it. He absolutely hated it. But to make it like easier on him, I would they would have me stay until close just to like do the orders and stuff so he could do his like inventory count. And night one night I stopped the deliveries at like 11:30 because we closed at midnight. And I was like, "Hey, we only have one driver. It's Saturday night. Deliveries have to stop at 11:30, or else we're gonna be here until 2 o'clock in the morning."
You.
Yeah, I didn't want to be there until 2 o'clock in the morning. So there was this lady who kept trying to put in a delivery through the app or the website, and I was like, I kept calling the number that was listed, and no one would answer. And finally, by like the fourth time I had canceled it, she called the store, and I'm like, "No, ma'am, we are not sending this delivery." And at that time, it was like 5 minutes till close. I was like, "No, we're not sending this delivery. It's gonna take us 15 minutes to make it, and that's pushing close. Then another 20 minutes to get it to you,
And then another 30 to clean up.
and then another 30 to an hour to make sure the whole place is clean.
Cleany weeny.
So you're asking me to stay in a city that's 45 minutes away from my house.
I'm at
And
Dinosaur Hill. Let's go.
I'm just like, no, I don't want to be here anymore. And
Yeah.
my friend, she kept getting mad and asked to speak to the manager, and of course it was my friend. So I was like, hey, she's not understanding that we can't send this delivery without staying here way past our out time.
Now it
Do
makes
I
you
need-
wonder where they are now.
Oh, the dude that was my friend that was a manager, he went to jail.
Oh.
And then he got out of jail and was on probation. I have no idea what he's doing now. But my friend, I still keep in touch with her. She has 2 kids, and she just turned 21, so.
Oh. And rumor has it that lady is still waiting for her pizza to be delivered.
Very much.
So, it was a dark, stormy night.
Well, I mean, it was dark.
I try to make it spooky, but this is a funny story. This is a funny, spooky story, I guess.
Yeah.
So, the other night, I'm just chilling, doing my job, just chilling, working, and then all of a sudden, I get this phone call. I'm like, who could it possibly be? I look at the phone, and it's your boy, Average Gaming. I pick up the phone. I'm like, what do you want? He said, can you bring 8 rolls of toilet paper? I was like, 8 rolls. Okay, I can do that. Now some people try to do it the smart way. I did it the hard way. I carried all 8 toilet paper rolls to the cancer center, which is across the hospital. So I get there, I'm laughing, Box is laughing. I'm like, why? So what's going on? What's the deal? He tells me why he needs 8. So I became the hero of the day and brought 8 rolls of toilet paper. I was the hero. So I brought it down, and he starts telling me that some creepy stuff is going around. I'm like, what do you mean creepy stuff? And he said he was hearing voices, noises, and stuff like that. I'm like, must be Jeremy.
Doors moving on their own.
Yeah, must be my ghost. I named my ghost Jeremy, which will be another story. He turned on their break room light on, so we can check the paper products. Well, once we checked said paper products, we walked around to check the other paper products at the cancer center. And well, we walked all the way back. We made a full circle, walked all the way back to the break room. The lights were off. And now these are not automatic lights, so they just can't turn it on and off by itself. You have to flick it, like you have to put some type of object with so much force to push it down. But before that happened, a toilet flushed. And now these are also not automatic toilet flushers.
No.
You have to press it.
Yeah,
And
this building, like, it's not new, but it's not old. Like, they haven't updated anything to automatic over there at all.
And it was just extremely creepy, and that's when we decided to leave. And I made sure, it was either me or Box made sure that we turned all the lights off, and we go back around, and another light just turned on. We're like, yep, fuck it, they can have that light on. So, other story. Now, this ghost called Jeremy, which I named, I don't know his real name, or if it's even a he, but I'm gonna call it a he. I'll make sure I buy a Ouija board.
Oh god, please don't.
Lane was asking to buy one today.
Yeah, I tried to buy one earlier. She said
I said-
no.
I'm not taking any fucking chance with any kind of Ouija board. I don't care if they're fake or not. I'm not taking that chance.
Well, Horton has also asked to buy one several times, and I said no. I dabble in the witchcraft community. I do not want to fuck with that.
But like that's what I'm
We've
saying. Like I don't. So like I do, but I don't like believe in that kind of, like the whole paranormal thing. Like it's a very iffy subject, and like even after last night, I was like, if somebody could explain that to me any other way than fucking demons, then be my guest. Uh,
I mean, what about the stuff that happened at Nana's old house and
that's
everything?
that's what I'm saying. Like that is exactly what I'm saying. Like, I believe, but I don't believe. Like it's a very fine line. Like I have seen some things that I try to just chalk up to imagination, but deep down I know it wasn't. They might be fake, they might actually work, but I really don't want to take that chance.
Just killed a bison.
Zach, tell us about Jeremy.
Yes, finish
Alright.
Jeremy.
So Jeremy, my homeboy, he, the first incident that I met this so-called Jeremy was I was sleeping on the couch and something flew off my faucet and it shattered in the middle of my kitchen. Now, for this thing to shatter, you have to lift it up off my counter and throw it and chuck it as hard as you can for it to shatter because it's glass.
This was the very first time. This wasn't like the
Yes.
most recent one.
This was the very first time. And it happened at 3 o'clock in the morning, witch's hour.
Oh yeah.
The Devil's Hour or whatever.
And
Yeah.
that shit spooked me. I was like, oh, fuck this. I didn't go to sleep. Now, the most recent one, I haven't heard from Jeremy in a very, very long time.
Yeah,
I started to get very lonely.
I completely forgot about that first incident.
I started getting very, very lonely because Jeremy never, talked to me back. So, just recently, a few days ago, it was actually Monday. It was Monday morning. Oh, well, afternoon. Well, me and my girlfriend, we were laying in bed. She was on TikTok. I was watching, I think Amazing World of Gumball. I don't know, I was watching something on TV. And then, all of a sudden, she doesn't see this because she's too busy watching. She was watching her phone. But I just see my doors start slightly moving back and forth, back and forth. And my hangers were moving with it as well. I thought it was my cat fucking with me or just fucking with the door. No, she peeks her head out the bathroom and looks right at the door and just sits in front of it and meows. That's when I looked at my girlfriend. I said, "Did you just see that?" She said, "See what?" I said, "My door just moved on its own." She's like, "Well, I see the hangers moving." I was like, "Yes, because the door just got done moving on its own."
So mine, um, I think me and Kevin had just gotten there to work for the night, and on that side of the building, there's the office right there.
Yeah.
And so you know how they have all that shit stacked up in there and all that, right?
Yeah.
One night, while me and Kevin were in there, we were working, and out of nowhere, everything in the office just fell.
Huh.
Like, I don't remember who was over there with me, but there was somebody else over there with me and Kevin, and everything in there just fell.
I see.
And yeah, we went over to Shalane and told her, and she said that she was gonna make John take care of it in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's your office.
Understandable.
It's his office, it's fine.
You know what I noticed? We don't have a Family Dollar anymore in Murray.
No.
It closed off, and I don't know. I can't remember how long it's been closed for, but I saw it the other day, and I was so mad.
But on a plus note, we get a Harbor Freight.
Yeah, but that's all the way
Thinking about
down at
that.
J.C. Penney.
And it's close for both of us.
I don't even know what the fuck a Harper whatever thing is.
It's Walmart brand tools, but better quality with
Oh.
low price.
And
You sure they're better quality?
Oh, I know they're better quality.
Okay, yeah, I
the
guess I can't say
only
anything. We have a floor scraper that's still working.
the
So
only place left, cause it goes Family Video, Little Caesars, and Family Dollar. Now Little Caesars is the only
I was
building
gonna
left.
say,
'Cause
cause
all three of
Family
them are
Video
connected.
and Family Dollar shut down.
Yeah, so all three stores are connected, but obviously you have the walls in between all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And so Little Caesars was directly in the middle. And so now there's nothing beside them.
I mean, on a plus note, KFC's also coming back.
Dude, we tried that once and it failed miserably.
I know. I'm seeing it happen again.
Because all these new high school kids are like, oh, I want to work there.
Well, actually, so funny story. Um, did you know that Colonel Sanders wasn't even a fan of the restaurant after it got franchised?
Yes.
really?
Yeah. Like they changed all of his recipe and everything. He was so upset about the way that the food had tasted and the way that it was being ran that he started a whole new restaurant under his wife's name so they couldn't take it, and it's still being ran in Kentucky till this day.
What
Huh.
is it? What's his wife restaurant name?
Would it be Claudius Sanders Dinner House
I believe so.
in Shelbyville, Kentucky? But yeah, that's something we should definitely look into.
Oh, for sure.
Uh, one thing I still want to try and do too. One of the things that we had talked about in the past is I still want to go see Jesse James's house.
Oh, for sure. I have been talking about that for a long time. I want to
Yeah,
go to the
and
museum.
now that I can drive, like I could go with you and drive
Yeah,
myself if you and Dad had decided to ride bikes
like
up there.
100% I want to go see that because his guns are there. The picture that he busted his head up against is there. The bullet hole is still in the wall. I'm pretty sure the bullet is still in the wall. I one other place I want to go, but it's gonna be a while, and it's gonna be a lot of merch and raise sales. You know, when I can quit my job and be a full-time YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go out to Arizona.
Yeah,
Nice.
that would.
I want to visit Arizona and New Mexico.
Roswell for sure. That just seems interesting to go.
Yeah. Oh, I also want to go to Nevada. That is another place that I would like to visit.
You just want to go to Vegas because of New Vegas, don't you?
Not entirely. Like
I would like to.
there's actually some pretty interesting museums down there that I want to see. So like
Well,
the Vicky and Vance Casino is actually based off the Bonnie and Clyde casino, or the Bonnie and Clyde where their car is, and the casino inside. So I would like to see that. And there's another mob museum down there as well that I'd like to visit that's in Vegas, or that's a little outside of Vegas. But but yes, in all honesty, mainly I just want to go to Prim and see the Bonnie and Clyde death car.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wanna visit Good Springs.
Yes.
I wanna see how small it really is. I wanna see how accurate New Vegas really was. Because
And then didn't
well, I mean, obviously, like, it's gonna be a little off just because, I mean, you know, nuclear fallout, but, like, I'm curious to see, like,
isn't Hoover Dam also the one that's in Vegas?
yes. Yes, the Hoover Dam is also there. Which I kind of want to see that, but at the same time, I don't know about it because that is a tall, tall structure.
True.
Heights.
True.
Yeah,
It sounds
Me
like
and
average
him.
gaming is scared of heights.
I am.
Me and him both. Me and him both.
Yeah, I am.
Runs in the family.
Yeah, which all of us, the funny thing though, I don't know about you, but I know the funny thing though is me and Dad both had an experience that caused the fear of heights.
No, I've always had one. Like, I don't know why, but
Maybe it is hereditary.
Maybe you just didn't realize you had it until you had the experience.
I mean, you know, that's true too. Which my experience happened when I was young, whereas my dad's happened like way later on in his life.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Mine might be from somebody dropping me.
maybe rolling off the bed a couple of times.
Yeah.
So
That do
well,
it.
so our dad's experience was he was helping this lady fix her roof because it was leaking, and he ended up like falling off the roof, and I think he broke his arm and his leg and maybe fucked up his back a little bit. I don't remember the full story,
Back.
but
Left.
but yeah, so that's where his fear of heights started. Mine was kind of an irrational fear. Like, nothing bad really happened. When I was real young, probably 5 or 6, we went and visited this old like fort, this old like Civil War military fort,
Yeah.
and like you could go inside these little I guess they were blinds or whatever you would call those. And I went up into one and I climbed up the ladder, and when it was time to come down, I froze. Like I couldn't get down. Like I was so scared to climb down that fucking ladder, and my dad had to climb up there and pull me down. Like
So I am also scared of, like, if I'm going to be up high, I have to be secured
Yes.
in some possible way.
Oh, hey, I just found one of your bison.
Oh, good. Yeah, I got trampled by another one and couldn't figure out where I left it.
And
Right on me. Here, I'll stand here.
so I think my fear started when my brother, first of all, fell like 30 feet at like 8 months old,
Oh,
and he had to have like 40 staples in the back of his head
oh
to
my,
hold it together.
oh my
Jeez.
God.
Busted his skin open, but it didn't break the skull.
What happened? Like, how? That's,
Oh, so our dad built me and my older sister like a treehouse, and it was like on the ground, but it was 2 stories tall, and he built a walkway to a patio, and the walkway didn't have rails,
ah,
and the brother was a baby, and he decided he was gonna crawl across the walkway and fell.
that's, yeah, okay, I could see that, and yes, I could see that giving somebody a fear of heights. You know, watching
And
somebody
then
else.
and then my brother, being the dumb one he is, decides that being on top of buildings where you are likely to fall does not matter. Let's fall.
Oh,
Yeah, he's fell several times.
I see.
So the first time just made him feel like he wanted to do it even more. Okay, good to know.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, for some people, so for some people, having an experience like that, you know, well, I didn't die the first time, so I'm not gonna die this time.
It's like driving.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's, hey,
Connor's already out there, back out there driving again
right,
after
I
hitting a
mean,
bush in a ditch. So
yeah,
Well, he's
so,
hit several ditches.
it kind of okay. So
I
I
think
went
that
over
was the third one.
this kind of reminded me of something I thought about earlier. I was leaving our oldest brother's house, and you remember how he had put the Impala in the ditch, like in that S curve.
I do, I do. I just got hit by a deer. I didn't hit the deer, I just got hit by a deer.
That
I
happened to me
I
once.
was going around that S curve, leaving, and I just happened to think about that, and I was like, I definitely don't want to do that again.
Yeah, definitely
That's
not.
why that's
Like,
why anytime I
they,
go around those, I take it slow.
oh, 100%. Yeah, I remember that. Because,
You
like,
also never know when a deer is gonna run out in front of you.
I did hear a funny, I heard a funny paintball story the other day,
Oh
and
yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. It was
Tell
by
us about
it was
various
by
stories.
another talk show. I can't remember who it was. I would have to look and see if I can find it again. But it was this internet talk show host, and he used to help, like, he used to have this youth group uh that he would help, and one day he took them paintballing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this kid decides to wear cargo shorts to play paintball. Now, I know you think you know where this story is going, but honestly, no, because I didn't even expect it to end the way it ended. so, so everybody's playing, and this he's hiding behind he's hiding behind this rock or something, or this wall or whatever, and this dude sidesteps around the wall and pulls the trigger, and when he pulled the trigger, the paintball flew out, went up the kid's short legs into his boxers.
Oh God.
Yeah. and hit this kid. I mean, right in him. Right in him. And all he does, he puts his hand down his pants and he passes out fucking cold. I mean, dude is out. Well, when he comes to, the reason he passed out wasn't because of all the pain he was in, right? Like, it had nothing to do with that. This dude passed the fuck out because the paintball didn't pop. So when he reached into his pants and felt this little ball in his pants, he legit thought that this guy just busted him wide open.
My God.
Yes.
Okay, I made it. I made it all the way to my first video, scrolling through my videos, and I haven't found it yet. But hey,
That was
I know you have some paintball stories.
that must really. Dude, I'd probably shit my pants if I thought my
Oh. Oh,
balls busted.
100. Yeah, 100%. Like I'm not even going to try to be a man about that.
No, I'm probably gonna cry and then pass out.
For sure.
I know, I know for sure you have paintball stories.
Or one of these days we buy some of it, and while we do our sponsorship and merch discussion before the video starts, we can be wearing it. Which reminds me, did we do that when we started?
What?
Did did we do our whole sponsorship thing?
Oh
We did
no,
not.
we did not. Today's sponsor, as we come to a sad
Raid Shadow
ending.
Legends.
God no. As we come to our sad ending of this amazing podcast, I do like to mention our sponsorship, which is Raise Energy Drinks. I cannot tell you how much you should go out and buy one, either at the mall or online. But I would choose online because, it's really kind of hard to find one in stores now.
Yeah, like we went to our local place that sold them today, and they didn't have them. So order online for
Yeah, so
sure.
order them online. They come in multiple different types of drinks. They have air fresheners now. They have powder that can that you mix in with water, which I haven't tried that one yet, but it is from what I heard, it's like a Powerade mix, but energy. Uh, Also they now have I think like what protein powder or something like that.
Yes.
Yes, they do have protein powder now, which is amazing. In case you want to get them gains. Oh! So you can carry this 1,200-pound bear on your back like a manly man. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank you, Raise Energy Drinks, for sponsoring all of our videos. And yes,
And safety tip of the day while you're out hunting, always aim right at your friend's face so they can tell you if your revolver's loaded or not. Zach, is
uh,
my gun loaded?
nope.
Really?
I don't see any bullets in there, man. Oh,